so bad. Good Friday, everyone, and welcome to the news. We're going to tell you a whole bunch of news. We got so much news, but before we get to the news, how about some weather? My bad. Well, how's everybody doing today? Fernando.
Yes, it's really cold today. In Florida, it's 79. Exactly.
Really?
It's 79, yeah.
It doesn't feel like it.
Right. No,
Yeah.
It's super hot.
Yeah.
I
mean, yesterday, last couple days, that this week, we'll call it that because that's, we've been closing the back door, using the daylight sun, that light that we have. Because it is.
So it's funny because they tell you the high is going to be, it's 79, high is going to be 86, but in reality, it feels like it's like 100 outside.
Although when we were in Arizona and it was
103.
Yeah, that was that. It felt like 103. Although it was weird.
I went outside to take few pictures, and I'm like, oh my God. Hey. To you, buddy. I gotta go back.
Oh, by the way, we have a tent. Oh, thanks on the last day. Checking in from Minnesota, 50, high of 68.
Your high is 86.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
I know, but it doesn't feel like 86, man.
Good morning, Bobby.
Super hot.
Checking in. Glad news is back. 62, 76. We were talking about that yesterday, and we go on these trips. We went on a lot of trips so far this year, and it's like I miss these. I almost want to try to find a way to do these while we're gone, just because they're fun. We could almost. It would be rough. It'd be rough because we got a class.
Oh yeah,
we have a class in Indy, which is in a week, 2 weeks, at 9:00 on Friday.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. We're doing our social media. I was thinking about this class yesterday, and it's just kind of like a everything, just like a dump. It's like everything that we know, we just are gonna. And dump is a bad word because it's garbage, but it's just like a knowledge. Just like here's everything.
Drop it.
Dropping
the knowledge.
Yeah. So, I even started the class and go, look, this might seem like it's a bit like all over the place, but this is like the combination of 3 different classes we've taught into one. Here's what you get, the best of all of them. Orlando checking in at 78.
What's up?
60 in Tennessee with a high of 74. San Diego, beautiful as always. You suck.
I love San Diego.
What color is the sky down your way? Oh, yeah. Like we looked at yesterday, Fernando didn't know anything about the Canadian fires, and I was showing him New York. Dude, even Casey Neistat came out with a video. What an opportunist. 50 in Cali. Jesus Christ. Phantom Chris checking in. God, we haven't talked to him in a while. Ooh, Phantom Chris, are you going to be going to the Jay's Tint Knowledge Fest?
Yes, he's going.
Thursday. We don't have the actual date. It will be in August. Get together. We're going to call it. Fernando's going to make some cool artwork.
We have the actual date. We don't know the time yet. So.
Oh, he's in New Orleans. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I got to go meet, but I hope you all have a great day. Hope you have a great day. Hope you make lots of money for the company you work for. 75 in Detroit. I bet you they have some really crappy weather. Ada's checking in at 86. He interviewed Bennett last night on 12 Volt Connected.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How was it?
I caught the last minute, and apparently I didn't say anything compelling enough other than hi and bye. So he didn't even bother to put it up. He's like, screw you. You're a jerk.
Well, Arizona is special.
Yeah, it is. It is. Luckily for us, we're kind of used to that.
That would be great if we go into Arizona to Mobile Solutions and Ada will be there.
He's supposed to be there this weekend, with the Andy show that they're doing there right now.
Right.
But so blue wisps of white, smoke haze from Canada in the air. There you go.
Yeah,
same here. Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Are you getting that smoke cloud down in Florida from Canada first? Not yet.
It's supposed to be tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's so that ought to be wonderful. been on 5-star world tour this summer. No, like this whole year. It's been. Look who it is! Our boy Ken is in the house. Hey, where did Ken go? I don't know. Anybody seen Ken? No.
You just look up.
Just look
right
up.
there.
There he is. Yeah. No. Ken's the man.
Right.
Coming in from DAS.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
You
have to go to that show, man.
Okay, so I'm going to let you know, John, you might be new to this show, but this is a news show where we do not take these questions on. So if you'd like to get those answered, hit us up on Instagram or tomorrow night on the live show. We'll help you
on
there.
Monday.
But this is strictly news, and we have fun doing it.
But
so
thank you for chiming in,
man. So 98, 86 with a high, and of course Texas is 83. Checking out.
Yeah.
So thoughts on a one-day masterclass and what you learned through the entire career? Oh yeah, that might be a good idea. Yeah, you never know. Not much Canadian spoke, but we have the great stretch of weather for 15 days in a row. Oh, there you go. No problem. All right, so we have somebody yelling at us. Good morning from York. 60 and smoky. All right, so let's head over to what we got for the news. We got a lot for you because obviously we missed last week. So I'm just going to pile some of this on. I always love these things because as I'm reading them, I'm thinking of what I'm going to say just because some of these stories are just like so like, wow, really?
Like, wow.
Just so, actually I should go there. So just dumb. 212-volt products see higher demand. CTA, Consumer Technology Association. These are the guys that do like CES and I don't know. They pull companies. And so here's the funny part. All right. So if you ever say, hey, what 212-volt things do you think are going to be popular next in this year? What would you think?
DSP.
Yeah. So no, you'd be wrong. Apparently remote starters and dash cams are the two most popular things. And I'm like, okay, so like remote starters, I get it.
The most popular. Okay.
I get it. Like, we have the up north, they all have the remote start season and, we don't, but up there they do. Dash cams are becoming somewhat popular. I still don't really see them like taking off the way they are. It might be a lot of people just buying them online, sticking them in a cigarette lighter in them because we do see a decent amount of that.
Yeah.
It's kind of become like the new radar detector, where you just kind of half-ass install it. But it's like everyone we talk to about remote starts, it's like, let's say you used to do 1,000 remote starts. Now you're doing maybe 800 remote starts, and it's dwindling down and down and down and down and down. We know it's a shrinking thing because more and more new cars are coming with remote start. So to me, it's like this was a waste. It's like if you're going to announce something, they give us something that we actually want to hear. Like, yeah, we know remote starts are going to sell every year. Okay, it was I don't know. It was kind of like whatever.
Okay.
Pioneer invests in an AI company. So for those of you who don't know, a couple years back, Pioneer got bought out by a Chinese company. They're no longer a Japanese company. And the reason why that's relevant for this is because Pioneer is selling the OBD2 connectors for fleet vehicles and stuff like that, and collecting the data on those said vehicles to then but for the fleets that are doing it. It's their servers, though, that is creating data. So like if you had a fleet of trucks, Pioneer would sell you the pieces. They would collect all the data for you and give it to you. Okay, that's part of the package. So they're buying an AI company because now they want to take that data and mine it, as it were, for more useful information. If you're one of those, the reason why I find this funny, because a lot of people nowadays, anytime you mention anything China, like TikTok, about gathering data from us, nothing better than a company that is now owned by a Chinese company and is openly taking data and now getting an AI company so they can plot where these things are happening for a Chinese company. So, but because they used to be a Japanese company, yay, everything is wonderful. So I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. Maybe I'm crazy. Real quick. What's up, Bobby?
What's going on?
You're doing great today. You're doing great.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
hey.
apparently
I like
Dean
that.
is not doing great today.
Dean is not doing great today.
No.
Dean is doing bad things. Moving on. Kicker returns to Slamology. We know there's a bunch of you guys headed out to Slamology this weekend in Indy.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because in 2 weeks we'll be in Indy. It'd be nice if they could like get these on the same weekend.
I don't know, man.
Well, yeah, because if one show sucks, you could go to the other. I mean, I'm just saying. Or we could take a Saturday morning and head over to Slamology.
Yeah, but what happened if it just like all the attendees and go to Slamology? And now we're empty.
You know, that's what I want to do next year. That's Andy's car, by the way.
Yes.
That's his Cookie Monster
Yeah.
With his war horse and his, But anyways, so for those of you heading out to Slamology this weekend, Bill Brown or Braun, however you want to say it. And
Bill Frog.
Bill Frog, there we go. We'll be out there this weekend snapping pictures. Make sure you find him and say hi. He loves the attention. Pat him on the back. Give him a good job. You know, that kind of thing.
I saw you on YouTube.
Yeah, so make sure you look for Bill. He'll be there taking pictures.
That's right.
Have a lot of fun and ask him hard-hitting questions. That's all I have to say. Hi-Fi Vega will be out there as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I think next year, I mean, the job is next year.
Yeah.
I think we're going to this.
Yeah.
Because I think this would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then they're going to be like, oh, sorry, we're going to cancel this year.
Yeah, it's like 20 years they've been doing this, and now they're going to cancel it. Yeah, that makes
Why? Because these guys are coming.
Because these guys are coming and they suck. Moving on, Harman's Hot-Swappable car tech. Okay, so this is kind of one of those things where it's like it almost makes too much sense, so therefore no one is going to invest in it.
Yeah.
The idea here is that Harman is huge. Harman Internationals, JBL, Mark Levinson, Bang & Olufsen, pretty much 90% of the high-end audio and even some of the low-end audio in cars, some of the body control modules. Harman is gigantic, and they make all this stuff. They are the largest entertainment company on the planet, more than likely. And these are not from these, whatever. So the idea is they introduced this at CES a while back, and they've finally developed it far enough along to where we can look at this Star Trek looking thing. The idea is that regularly scheduled updates, like every 6 months or every 3 months, every quarter, you're going to get an update to your existing hardware. And then every year, something weird like that, they're going to actually give you the option to update your hardware. So you can pull the box out, put a new box in, and update things. I think it's kind of cool. Aftermarket wise, this could be pretty revolutionary because, let's look at it this way. Like, we're getting to more and more floating screens, right? A floating screen is a floating screen. 480 has been the standard for screens forever.
Okay.
All right. So as long as the refresh rate on the screen is high enough, which at this point it is, and now we're doing 720 screens, and we know that detachable screen brain boxes are coming. We already see that with floating screens. Pioneer has it. The High 10 is that, where it's like, it's just a screen.
Yeah.
The box behind it is where all the magic happens. So why would we not get to a point to where it's like, hey, you need a new radio? No problem. You need the most updated thing. You need a better preamp section, blah, blah, blah. Just swap out the box. I think it's a good idea. Whether it actually takes off, who knows? But there again, this could be something cool. The negative for it, of course, is that car manufacturers aren't all into like people keeping their cars for a very long period of time. So, they're like, why would we want you to update your car and make it new and cool? We want you to just buy one of our new cars. So this might definitely be something that the aftermarket gets their hands on before the OEs do, from the thought that we don't want you to keep your car. So
yeah,
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's
seem cool.
Kind of.
I don't know. I think it could be neat because like a screen is a screen. Why do we need any screen?
Because we love.
No, what I'm saying though is it's just a screen. So as long as you didn't punch it, and it's clean, there's no, just give me a new box because the boxes are coming.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Apple, for all you Apple fanboys out there, us, debuts new iOS 17 features. Now, I'm not going to go through a list of features because who really cares? Most of us aren't even going to use these cool things. Some of them make sense, like this is like, hey, you have information, I have information. Hey, now we both have information. And you Android guys out there are probably going to be saying, dude, we've had this for like 20 years. But one of the features that is new and exciting, but this is one of those situations where like we've actually had this in the aftermarket world for a very long time in the car audio world, which is pairing 5 phones to the radio and doing party mode.
Yeah.
We've had that with Kenwood and JVC for a while. I think even Pioneer has a version of it.
Yeah, they do.
But it's going to be CarPlay party mode. So once it's paired to the first CarPlay phone, then it can pair up to 4 others for a total of 5 phones. We can all rock it out in the car. Haley, of course, said this is the worst idea ever.
I agree with her.
And I was like, and I laughed because you actually have this feature on your radio. She's like, well, you've never showed me how to use it. And I go, you've never had 5 people in your car.
Yeah.
She goes, even if I did, I wouldn't want them playing their music.
100%. That's what I agree with her.
It's my car. It's my music, bitch.
That's totally true. So for me, this is the worst thing. I don't want people to start messing with my radio.
Oh, understandable.
Like, you're going to hop in my car and I'm going to ask you, you want to listen to something? Sure, no problem. But you're not going to able to change my tracks because it's my car.
Going back to that previous modular stereo, considering we are always upgrading, that would be cool. Make it a lot easier. See, we're on the same page. John and I got it. The ironic thing is, yes, we've had that feature for a while.
Yeah.
With that, I don't know if anyone's ever even known it or used it.
Yeah.
The pitch was always in the marine side of things, where if you're out at the lake, that Budweiser commercial.
Right.
That's always been it. So I don't see it as a game changer in any way. I'm sure they'll have a really cool commercial for it.
Yeah.
And we'll all just sit there and go, that's not real.
And they have a lot of more updates and what they're gonna do for
there's a ton of stuff, but that was really the only one I found intriguing.
Yeah.
Linkswell launches demo vehicle tour. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with this brand, they are the OG T-style radio company. They're really the only one that's kind of legit in that they actually have people here in the U.S. that sell the brand, service the brand, market the brand, as opposed to pretty much every other white box radio on the planet. I got a chance to touch and feel some of this stuff when I was in Canada, even though they're always at like a Knowledge Fest or something like that. There was nothing going on, and I was just chilling out. One of the cool things that I like about these radios is that they are Toslink output, and they Toslink right into their amplifiers. So they have some really cool ideas, and
also what they have that actually is just kind of cool that we've been talking about for like years is DSP can display to the radio.
Yeah, so they have some really neat stuff. The problem is always either the hardware or the software integration. Depending on who you talk to,
they crosstalk.
Exactly. Either way, they finally put together some show vehicles. They're going to be the 2 F-150 and a Ram, and they're going to go on a tour of the U.S. So if this is something that you might be interested in seeing, there's 16.9-inch F-150 radio, which is on the side of this truck.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, head over to their website, check it out, see if they're going to be in your area. And who knows?
Why not?
It could be something. I know we've talked to plenty of dealers about this. This is one of those things where some guys love it. Some guys want to kill these guys. So, and I feel that's like every brand. So it's not like it's good, bad, or indifferent.
No,
it's just what it is.
It's part of car audio.
Speaking of car audio, the Cybertruck may get better audio.
Yes.
So supposedly the Cybertruck has been kind of anybody that thinks this is attractive, like I thought this was a joke when they did this, because this looks like the dumbest thing in the world. Like it literally looks like your 3-year-old kid drew this, and
somebody's like,
we're gonna make this. Let's be honest. Anyone that thinks this is attractive, you guys are drinking the wrong Kool-Aid. But with all that being said, I should say, apparently Elon Musk has kind of been keeping an eye on what Matt Schaefer's doing to his car, and is like, hey man, maybe we should put better stereos in this. So supposedly they're looking to improve the stereo in the Cybertruck once it becomes an actual thing, and they're talking about maybe putting 2 8s underneath the back seat.
Ooh.
And guess who they're reaching out to help them do it? Not Matt Schaefer. They might, who knows, but Harman. Go figure. They helped them come out with some form of an enclosure that can fit underneath the back seat. So what we'll be getting is mediocre audio at best, as always, because let's be honest, it's how cheap can you do it for?
Yeah, and that's just that. It's not like it's a Harman is doing what they have.
Looks like unfinished Lego project. I mean, that's kind of being mean to the Legos. Let's be honest. I don't know. It's to me, this is
that thing. And that's not even a truck.
Been the dumbest thing that.
No.
It just looks so stupid.
Yes.
And that's there again, my personal opinion. It's our news show, so I get to have it. All right. So with all that being said, we have some actual new product news.
All right. Finally.
I know, finally, right? But hey, let's be honest. The reality is that this time of the year, new product news isn't really something you'd see because actually what we should be seeing is some of the products that we talked about at the beginning of the year should start to come out now because it is becoming third quarter is almost here, which is great because that means we get to bill all our advertisers again. But that is when a lot of the products get introduced in January, February, start to ship is August, September, and that time frame. I'm not going to say just in time for Christmas because who really cares? No one has ever really bought me a $5,000 stereo for my Christmas present. They don't love me. I know. SSV Works introduces new Bronco drop-in speakers for the 2-door. They've already had the 4-door version of the speakers for a while, but now they have them for the 2-door. The reason why this is a thing is because for some reason Ford thought it'd be okay to put a 4-inch in the rear. I know why they did it. It's a visibility thing. If you've ever sat in one of those Broncos, it's really hard to see out of the back of that. But they felt they needed a rear speaker. So unlike putting it up tucked away, cool, like Jeep has done for many, many years, they decided to front fire it. Okay. And they figured a 4-inch will do the trick. However, it has decreased your visibility to almost nothing. So why not just add a bigger speaker like a 6-inch and call it cool? There again. So SSV Works. They're not the only people that have these, but this is a new product and we're going to talk about it. You can get it with these weird looking speakers or hollow. One thing about SSV Works, if you've never heard of them, they make a lot of blown plastic material. They make, obviously, Jeep Wranglers are real popular. They make some of the nicest soundbar speaker brackets. They were one of the first to come out with it. They also make a lot of the side-by-side stuff. They make all of Kicker's side-by-side stuff. They team up with them. So the stuff they make is very rugged, very robust, and very awesome. Okay, so we all know I'm not a speaker by the pound guy, but one of the reasons why I was like, you know what, I kind of want to talk about it. So
that's a lot of pounds right there.
That is a lot of pounds. Precision Power ships its first horn speaker. One of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this is because, you know, when you look at speaker by the pound, you know, you have your tweeters that range anywhere from 15 to, let's say, $120, but more than likely that sweet spot seems to be 35 to 50 for a loud tweeter. Okay. You know, for every, you know, and then you have closed backs, open back, 6-inch to all the way up to 15-inch loud mids. And there again, prices usually between $50 to $100. Depends. Actually, like $35 to $100, where $55 seems to be the sweet spot. But something about making a Neo coaxial, all of a sudden the price jumps up to $400.
I mean, it's a Neo coaxial.
I just think it's crazy. It's like,
it's a coaxial or coaxial?
Coaxial.
Oh,
okay. It's not an axle. It's on the same access point, but because I don't care, I call it a coax, or I call it a coaxial because I can. And if you don't like it, suck it. It's also, I don't care if it's a toss link. In my world, it'll always be a toss link because I watch the TV show and it's just that's what I like. So point being, like I get, and they're not the only ones, of course. No, like everyone that makes this, you know, Ground Zero makes really nice, awesome red backs, yellow backs, and they come at a premium price. I think a lot of the motorcycle guys, that's what these are for. Yep. And they are commanding, and a lot more work goes into these. Let's be honest. There's a lot more work that goes into those, such as like flanged edges that make them waterproofish. Yep. In some of the more complex materials. And they're just god awful loud. However, there's a lot of science that goes into this to make it right. Yeah. And I don't know if everyone gets that. But there again, that's a whole nother thing. If you want to know more about the design of something like this, go over to Wikipedia and type in coaxial.
Oh.
And there's a whole, like, the first coaxial ever made and whatnot. And it's kind of intriguing because of the cone distortion you get off of the flange of the tweeter is a big deal. And a lot of these guys, when they're designing these, really don't understand it. And
they
like,
just make it for
the other thing too is these are usually not properly aligned. So the tweeter will get there before the mid-range. So a time alignment on the speaker as a bi-amped speaker can really improve the way these things sound, but very few people do that. So because they just, they put mono amplifiers on 10 of these and just blast you out of the car.
That's a 2 ohm. That speaker is a 2 ohm, so there you go.
Either way, I don't know what that means, but
it's more power, man.
For those of you that are kicker fans or you build kicker boxes and you're like, I love making square boxes, which means I hate cutting holes because kicker can't figure out, hey, could we just come up with one uniform basket so that they all kind of fit the same way? They don't. They're not going to ever do that. Well, hey, Mobile Solutions is working with Kicker. Kicker actually gave a blessing on doing this and sent them over the schematics, the SolidWorks designs so that they could get these snug and fit like the picture shows you right there.
Uh-huh.
So these are all perfect, as perfect as they can be. If you're going to buy these from Mobile Solutions, make sure you get the ones that you actually need, or the whole set, of course, because each screw air sub is different. The radiuses in the corners kind of screwed up. So these guys build boxes for these, you know that, and you're just like, God damn it. Yeah, it's one of those things. But if you're making a lot of these boxes and you want to, honestly, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Head over to Mobile Solutions. You can check that out and pick yourself up a set of these. I think it's great. I still think the story that Brian told us about, like, well, I can't believe no one's made templates for these. Oh, well, the template's in the box. Yeah, but the template's made out of cardboard. And I will be the first to tell you, I've cut that cardboard template out and traced it onto the top of my box.
Yeah.
And then gone at it with, jigsaw, sometimes a router, and it's always getting that corner radius that sucks.
Yeah, but I feel like now with routers and all that stuff, I mean, routers,
Oh, no.
Years and years. I mean, you can make your own template, but.
No, because trust me, on that one, the corner radiuses suck. That's what I'm saying. It's all about the corner radiuses, man, and getting them tight like that.
For me, that is just having it so you don't have to build it. So it's faster. That's
what a template is.
Yeah.
I mean, way to really draw that one.
No, but I can make my own template.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just going to be faster if you just grab it when it's there.
It's a pain in the butt to make your own template.
That's the reason why you make your own tweeter pods.
Yeah, that's why I
Meshman and say, hey, man, can you...
Well, no, that's why I spent the money, though.
That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is not everyone has a $6,000 laser sitting over there.
Everybody has a router.
Yeah, but trust me, it is not easy to get those. I've done it. I've done it for years. I've built way more boxes than you ever had.
I never built one.
Okay, so trust me, it's a pain in the ass.
Just saying it's not that hard.
I can see why mispronounced words bug out because he spent years trying to master English. Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. What
happened?
He's having, as always, Gesture is having fun at our expense because he's funny. But no, yeah. Oh no, trust me, it's okay. All right, guys, listen, that is the news. That's cool. Hey, tomorrow night is Saturday. We're back at it here in the Bay at 6:00. We'll be answering all your questions. We look forward to just having a lot of fun, hitting all the Q&A, making everybody feel special. And then, of course, make sure to tune in to Instagram. For those of you that are 911 junkies, make sure you check out yesterday's dual Instagram post that we did. We went one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and we showed you a truck that came in that just was shit. And we came back on and we showed you the after effects that we did to clean it all up and make it look nice.
Yes.
Disney is always wonderful, man. That's the one thing about Disney and McDonald's is it's always the same experience. It's always the same experience. The only difference is the people that are around you, and that's what makes it fun. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Oh, peace out. There you go. That's it. You guys go forth, be merry, have fun, have a great Friday. If we don't see you tomorrow, hopefully we'll see you back here Monday.
That's right.
Go with God.
All right, guys.
Or whoever it is you walk with.